How's it going, everybody? We're still in the tavern, and now we get to talk to Irabeth. Like I said, I'm just keeping the ball rolling so that I'm not. It's about to be like 6 episodes of me just talking to everybody. Irabeth rubs her red, tired eyes. Any success? How's the city? What is our main objective? And do you notice? You heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the world wound. That would be even a worse disaster than the world wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabris, but every city with a wardstone would be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake the city, even destroy it if we must. Iomede's gift must not become a weapon of the abyss. These wardstones, what are they? They are the greatest treasure, the shield given to us by Iomede herself, and placed in Canabris and other Mendevian cities and fortresses by her herald. The chain of wardstone forms a protective barrier that stops the expansion of the world wound and keeps the demons from moving beyond its borders. I started to think what would happen if that barrier falls. Now let me ask you a few personal questions. Frowning a little, Irabeth nods. Please, but I warn you, there are some things that I don't have the right to discuss. Where are you from? I was born in Canabris. I grew up on a farm just outside it, but my way back home lay at the end of a long and winding road. It took me years of traveling foreign lands before I came to be here where I've always belonged. How'd you become a paladin? A bitter smile appears on her half-orc face. I don't much like to remember it. Believe it or not, the story of how I became a paladin is also a story of how I failed to become a knight. My parents were crusaders. May their souls stand together in Iomede's celestial army. When I was born, they retired from the war and started preparing me to continue their legacy. But my father was an orc. You'd be pressed to find a calmer, wiser, and more pious servant of a goddess than he. But still, all his life he was dogged by sideways looks and whispers. When I grew older, it was time for me to serve. I decided anywhere but Canabris. That was where my father had served loyally, and his only reward had been injustice. Besides, the witch hunters led by the honorable prelate Holorun stalked the city with a heavy hand. Who knows what they'd have done to a strange girl with green skin. Instead, I went to a smirk that looks more like a more painful grimace across her face. You can laugh if you want, but I was young and foolish. I chose Lastwall of all places. You can imagine how I was accepted in a country that's been battling the works of Belkson since its foundation. There were many like me, but we were all treated as second-class citizens. To the locals, my green skin was worse than leper scabs. Even my brothers in faith kept their distance. I took my vows, and the goddess granted me the powers of the paladin. But even then, not a single order would accept me into their ranks. I spent another 6 months knocking on doors before I realized the simple truth. I serve Iomede, not these people. I don't have to prostrate myself before them. So I left as a paladin, but not as a knight. There's no country in the world where gnomes are fully accepted, but that doesn't seem to bother most of you one little bit. Perhaps it's because your true homeland isn't in this world at all. I find it hard to imagine what it's like being your kind. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. How did you come to join the Knightly Order? I left Lastwall and went traveling. The goddess guided me, and my path led me to where atrocities were happening. I often fought in exchange for gold, but never for unworthy aims. And of course, I wandered into the river kingdoms for a few years, killing monsters and tracking down criminals. Sometimes I thought I was just wasting time, that my true place was in Canabris, but I pushed those thoughts away. I didn't even want to think about going back, but in the end, divine providence had brought me back to my senses. It happened in Taimon. I was tracking a gang of bandits, which my employer suspected was a cover for Razmiran spies. I managed to find their lair, but inside I found something far more dangerous than spies. An unholy temple to Zon Kuthan. When I broke in there, the cultists were about to sacrifice someone, the person who was destined to become my wife, Anivia. That's another story. After I cut down the cultists, I examined their papers and couldn't believe my eyes. A network of evil cults had spread through all of Avestan, including Mendev. Worse, those documents clearly shown that their allies, the Temple of the Ivory Labyrinth, because they're Baphomet people, had infested my native Canabris, and were even among the ranks of the paladins. After that, delaying my homecoming would be a tantamount to desertion. Luckily, I was no longer alone. Anivia was eager to destroy the cultists as I was. Anivia and I hurried back to Canabris. We couldn't trust anyone. The papers indicated that the cultists had infiltrated everything. Luckily, I had some experience in investigation, and my beloved, the half-orc, smiles warmly. She knew her way around working locks, tailing people, and trading information with the city's bottom feeders. Soon we defeated, alas, not the whole Hydra, but a few of its heads. Do you know who turned out to be the leader of the cultists? The commander of the Eagle Watch. Can you imagine, while prelate Hellrune was chasing witches through the city, the enemy had infiltrated the very order responsible for internal security. The scandal reached the ears of the queen. At first, she planned to disband the order in disgrace, but then she offered its command to me and put its salvation in my hands. Of course, there was one small catch. I wasn't a knight, but I was made commander just the same, skipping the usual progress through the ranks. How did the people of Canobras feel about your background? They tolerated it surprisingly well. I shouldn't have been so wary. Crusaders don't tend to be prejudiced. As a rule, after all, heroes from all over the world, even from other continents, come here to fight the demons. Apparently the people were only suspicious of full-blooded orcs. There were already many like me here, and we don't have any problems. Though the locals do have their superstitions, Mendev is as merciless as Lastwall. They just have a different set of victims. I kept seeing those same sideways looks and scowls, hearing the familiar whispers. But where once there used to be whispers behind my back and points to me, now there were whispers in my ear and points at someone else. It's so strange to be on the other side of humiliation, to wipe the spit from your face and suddenly be invited to change position and spit on someone else's. You must have figured out now that I'm talking about tieflings. It's true there are many of whom among the cultists, and few among the crusaders. And our fighters do all they can to drive those away who would be our allies. Wait. And our fighters do all they can to drive away those who would be our allies. Okay, I did read that right. People shun them, call them Arlu's spawn or worse, as if they chose to be born like that. I believe it's quite a feat to rise against the call of one's blood and join the forces of good. Still, the most only can see them as an enemy. I once saw a knight bleeding to death because he wouldn't let a tiefling priest touch his wound. Alas, I haven't been able to change this in my time in Canobras. Tell me about Anivia. We met in Taimon, and I've been wandering aimlessly from one ordeal to another. We returned to Canobras together to expose the Temple of the Ivory Labyrinth. The day the Queen knighted me was the second happiest day of my life. The first day was the day of our wedding. But Anivia isn't just my beloved, she's my staunchest ally. We'll share every victory and defeat. The best of me is alive thanks to her. Thank you for saving her back then. The day Canobras fell. Before her return, the only thing giving me the strength to protect the defender's heart was the hope that I'd see her again. We are in your debt. Thank you for your answers. I have to go. Whew. Okay, only 7 minutes. That's not bad. Give me that book. That's my book now. What's this book? Oh, it's about him. Him and the spiderweb. Okay.
Forwards? No, backwards. Backwards.
Okay, let's talk to Gimmy's Hawkies. Gimmy's Hawkies? I don't know. A strange figure towers over the bar. A huge, ungainly man with skin so milky white that his blue veins are visible from a distance. His bald head is equal parts lumpy and pitted, and the blood-filled eyes stare impassively out at you from beneath his pale brows. The glasses in an albino's large, clumsy hands looks dangerously delicate, as if one twitch from those calloused fingers would be enough to crush it. A gold medallion engraved with a tankard gleams around his neck. What'll that be? The medallion you're wearing is a sacred symbol. Are you a cleric of Cad and Kalen? I'm a tavern keeper, best in the city, the best there's ever been, and I pray to the best god there is. Who are you? The albino slowly takes your measure with his red eyes and finally with a gentle sigh says, Gimma Hawkies, vampire. Are you really a vampire? He gives you a look of reproach and then grudgingly answers, no. How'd you end up in the Crusader City? How did anyone end up here? How did you? Or them? The huge hand the tavern keeper gestures to the ragtag group assembled in the room. The world is big, but there still isn't a place for everyone. People who no longer have anywhere else to live, they end up here. Any news in the city? There are demons everywhere, and you showed up. Are there any places in the city worth visiting? If you mean places that normal people usually stay away from, well, there are plenty, like the Pitaxian wine cellars. Gimel pauses for effect. The name of the place alone should make you quiver in your fear. It once belonged to the Pitaxian trading house, then King Uravetti came into power in Pitax, and promptly started changing hands. Soon after, the seller's shop assistant was found in a ditch. Not all of him, mind him, just his head. Numerian gangsters had taken possession of the place. They wanted to sell something stronger than wine on these streets, and they ended up on the gallows. Then King Iravetti's number was up, so now the store stands empty and unclaimed. People say that a headless ghost wanders the place at night, moaning ghoulishly. Ooh. After coming to the end of the story, usually long by his standards, the tavern keeper takes a swig from his tankard. Just don't ask me how he makes the noise with his head. I wasn't there. I just tell it like I heard. Show me what you got. Okay, so he slings potions. Slings a lot of potions. Okay. Ooh, yes. Yes, please. Give me that. Bottomless mug. Drinking from this mug gives +2 to their saving throws against fear for 1 hour. Taking another drink prolongs the effects when used by a monk of the drunken master archetype. The mug also restores 1 drunken chi point and makes the monk's melee attack do an additional 1d8 while his drunken power feature is active. A character can drink up from this mug up to 5 times per day. Additionally, after the drunk condition wears off, the character receives a penalty of -2 AC and -2 penalty. Oh, okay. Ooh. That's a cool item. You know, it's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Give me that. Yes. Oh my god, look at that made our inventory so good. Okay. Named NPC over here. A young man in well-traveled clothes and a simple wooden symbol of Aristotle on his chest is efficiently cutting a linen robe into strips to use as a bandage. Despite his visible exhaustion, he's working with zeal, singing some tune about red braids and ripe sheaves of wheat under his breath. He raises his warm chestnut-colored eyes to you. Are you one of the Crusaders? Thank you for defending us, whose talent lies off the battlefield. I am Journo, servant of Aristotle. Pleased to meet you. What are you doing here? I only took my holy order recently, so my God has only bestowed a little of his power upon me, as of yet. I'm sorry to say that the number of wounded fighters here in this tavern is far beyond my power to heal. But there's a reason people say, have faith in the gods, but look to yourself first. I may not be able to help the wounded with magic, but I can at least cut up bandages. Are you from around here? No, I was just passing through Canabras. I was sailing down that old man of ours, the great Salon River, to a village by the name of Chili Creek. I happened to land in the city on the eve of the festival, and I'm ashamed to say, I decided to stay a day enjoying myself. But I ended up staying in the city longer than I had bargained for. Chili Creek, where is that? It's a small fishing village. It's not even marked on some maps, but people do live there. What they don't have is a priest. They have no one to heal their wounds, no one to offer prayers for a good catch, and no one to give their dead a dignified burial. And the world wound is a stone throw away. So I'll be setting sail for Chili Creek to serve my God and my people. Once we've held Canabras, I'll be going there, if by the grace of the good gods we all survive that is. You should come visit me sometime. You'll find a village there on the banks of the river. The priest marks it. Aren't you a little young and inexperienced cleric afraid to go to the border of the world wound? I won't lie. I am afraid, but what can I do? The village are simple people. Every day of their short lives is spent doing good, honest, hard work. That's exactly the kind of life I want. Something simple but meaningful. If I had centuries ahead of me, like elves do, I might have spared some 50 years or so to travel the world, the young man says with a smile. Or maybe even 100, why not? But I don't have time to spare, so I want to spend my short life in a place where I'm needed most, even if it's dangerous, especially if it's dangerous. I should go. May Aristotle watch over you. Loot. Yeah. What up, foreign autumn haze? A tall, fragile-looking elf sits in front of you. His eyes closed. He is pale as a ghost, his arm wrapped in bloodied, stained bandages. You spot other bandages on his body under his clothes, but even in such a miserable state, he manages to look calm. Raising his eyes to meet yours, he faintly says, I'm Foreign Autumn Haze at your service. His pale lips are reddened by blood, but you see no signs of pain or fear in his eyes. Who are you? My name is Foreign Autumn Haze. I've come here from Keonan because I'm a hunter, and all minions of evil are my quarry. I won't say no more than that. If you don't mind, we are strangers and of different races and cultures. I'd rather not tell you if more than necessary. Who wounded you? A sinner and accomplice to demons, the quarry I'm hunting in this inhospitable place. You need help? He gives you a cold, intense look and shakes his head. Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. A local healer tended to me. Besides, I come from a resilient, hardy people. My body will endure both the wounds and the poison delivered through them. My name is Trumwellin. You can definitely trust me. I may be able to help you. After a brief pause, he says, it would be impolite to refuse such a direct and friendly offer. Who is your quarry here in Mindov? I am hunting a fugitive, a Descarite by the name of Kalisa. It pains me to admit it that there is a heinous malefactor such as her among my noble kind. I managed to catch up to her in Canabras and I wounded her. Then demons appeared around the city engulfed in flames. I was injured in that battle that ensued and couldn't free her soul from its servant to her dark master. His expressed no longer hatred or anger, only compassionate sorrow. I'm sorry for your misfortune. I hope things will turn out better next time. He pursed his lips. There's no need for pity. Our ancient kind is blessed with a great longevity. We gain a deeper understanding of the world than other races, and we learn our lessons better than anyone. That goes from learning from our mistakes as well. I survived, which means I will have to be more prepared next time. I wish to aid you in your hunt. Oh my god. We literally can't get that unless we crit. Thorn covers his eyes wearily. I thank you, but this is my mission, and I'm facing all manner of terror on my own. I appreciate your willingness to help. If you happen to meet Kylisa, take caution. She has turned many innocent souls to the path of evil, and darkness has rewarded her with many gifts. Her appearance alone will tell you that. It has warped the agate skin and the malicious stare of her blood-red eyes, the bestial teeth. She's more a monster than elf at this point. I'd like to know more about you. I won't hold anything back, not who I am, why I made my way here, or who it is I'm pursuing. Tell me more about yourself. Other people tend to believe that my identity is the sum of a person's actions and the events that happen to them. For them, I am one in a long line of warriors of Keonan who since birth, or since his youth, has dedicated himself to hunting evil and injustice. For them, I am a successful and capable huntsman who's tracked down and slain many great monsters. But I am an elf, and for me, my identity has a different meaning. It is shaped by the place where I was born and that I love so deeply. I am shaped by what I find beautiful and what makes my heart quicken. By the fears that have come to me in the dead of night, by the things that I have find so intolerable that at my sight of them, my very core darkens and fills with poison. Thus to tell you who I am, I would require many days and much candor, which is more than you and I have at our disposal. Why did you choose to be a hunter of evil? Because I am the son of a noble and proud nation. We are sometimes criticized for our arrogance, but no one dares doubt our honor. When a crime is committed, we cannot turn a blind eye. If we were to abandon our obligation and to oppose evil, if we were to surrender this obligation to other races, we would also relinquish our preeminence. Remind me, who's the core? We already know that, but I'll ask anyways. I was hunting a fugitive. Yeah. Okay, I have no more questions. I'm not gonna pump that. Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, good fortune to you. It's probably gonna be away, but I figure. What was it? I thought we got an item that increased it, or maybe I just looked at it. Oh, did I totally just looked at an item and assumed it gave us that +1? Did I? I'm pretty sure I did. Unless I've already got it on. I definitely don't. Okay, hold on. We're gonna level. Ranger espionage expert. I get undercover, which is pretty good. That's gonna help out my persuasion a lot, guys. Actually, that's my bluffs. Okay, dink. Dink. Yes. That's precise shot. You could throw an opponent in melee range. No. I'm using a crossbow, short bow, right? I think I'm using a light crossbow. Hold on. Let's see what else we got. We're gonna take a second to back it up my perception. Did I already take the one that made me have a good give me that. Give me persuasive. I want my persuasion more. I want to be able to talk to people. Okay, hold on. Inventory. I need to see that right now. Oh, nice. We're making her paladin. Aura of courage is gonna be fantastic for the fears and stuff. Yeah, she's about to get a ton of upgrades. Okay, weapon focus. I guess longsword's a fairly good one for her. Okay, when a paladin uses lay on hands to heal damage to the target is no longer fatigued, shaken, or sickened. What's fatigued? Fatigued kid can do it. They can only do normally until it rests. And sickened. Okay, we're gonna go with fatigued. Fatigued seems good. Yes. I realized I don't think I increased her. She's our person that I need to get a +1. She has +6. Okay. If it's still there, guys, we're gonna see if we can prompt it. I don't think she's gonna get it. Lily had to roll a natural 20 regardless. I mean, good enough. Her skin is dark, her hair preternaturally white. Her red eyes can see perfectly in the dark, which to my dismay I've come to know from experience, but bright light causes her pain. I used an alchemical powder that explodes in a dazzling flash, and she cried out as if I had stabbed her. Yeah, no idea. Okay. Basement. Loot. Give me everything. I need all the money I can. Surrender thy soul, Delphin. I hope they protect us. Got you again. How many times is that today? Take your jokes and shove them, tiefling. Whoa, easy there, Chief. Don't hit me. This is one of my favorite companions. What up, Wolf?
Hey, Chief. Hey, Dreamboat, come over here. I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
The young tiefling sits cross-legged on the floor. He looks relatively calm for someone in shackles, but his tail whips back and forth in agitation. Noticing your attention, the tiefling sits up and beckons you over.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out.
What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you.
If you've not
no
seen...
one told me I had to shut my trap.
This is my sidekick for this playthrough. Who are you?
Woljif Jeffdo. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
The tiefling rattles his chains and gives you a meaningful look. What do you want from me?
I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations? No problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
What a load of guff. If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras.
Why are you in chains?
Does it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
He was caught thieving.
Your shadow, what was that?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
I can't help you while you're chained up here. How can I free you?
That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy Woljif locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. You got that? Will you do it?
All right, I'll go talk to her about the situation.
I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment I laid eyes on you.
Okay. First, I'm gonna loot the rest of this room. I don't remember the solution to this puzzle, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would try it. Ooh, that was pretty good. Okay, let's go recruit our newest companion. He is gonna be my my companion. He's gonna be my sidekick, bro. He's gonna be the one that actually does damage in the party, hopefully. What up, Irabeth? There's a tiefling chained up in the Defender's Heart. What can you tell me about him? She shrugs scornfully. Woljif is a petty thief from a gang of thieflings operating in Canabras. That's what we call him in these parts. They tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. Unfortunately, we apprehended only one of them, and the rest managed to escape. We have nowhere else to keep him apart from Defender's Heart, but it's hardly a prison. Woljif knows it too. He's begged us for days to let him get free or have someone vouch for him. He's already asked you to put in a good word for him, hasn't he? If you want to recruit Woljif and put him to good use, go ahead and take him off our guard's hand. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend their days watching over middling thieves. I hope the tiefling proves useful if you decide to take him along. Well, I have. I've decided that he's going to be my best friend. Come on out. Take up the pace, Trumwellin. Why are you walking so slow? Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. Yo, what up?
Well, Chief, what do you got for me?
I talked to Irabeth, and I've decided to make you part of my troop. We'll see how this goes.
You must be a smooth talker.
No,
Come
not
on,
really.
Delvin, get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can ya? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that Big Sister Charisme wanted to see me. Bet she had some questions to ask me. You following? Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go. I'll show you the way.
I love the fact that he's saying this to like a 2-foot tall gnome that's just like, I just need you to look mean. I'm just gonna be like, hey, where you going, Woljif? Okay, he's gone. Wait, was Woljif able to identify those? Oh, I think he was. Nice. Now he is chaotic neutral, like me. He's a eldritch scoundrel. I'm gonna go ahead and level up everybody. Zen Archer, you know, where's bunk. Do I want precise shots? Not really. Because I think it's attack of opportunity if I shoot them with this. Actually, hold on. What is the clustered shot? When you use a full action, you can make multiple. Okay, maybe this was worth taking. That might be worth taking. I'm gonna be honest with you. Might be worth taking. I think we're taking that. Longbow. Yup. Okay. One more. We got Camilla. What does she get at level 3? Oh, that's right. She can't go to level 3 because she gets a stupid debuff. Let me see if I can buy something to cure this from her. She's kind of melee focused, honestly. Yeah, cause I don't know what do you do with her? Extra hex. Battle Masters, award. I feel like this one's pretty good. Shoot, I don't know which one of these is worth taking, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Evil Eye's pretty good. They take -2 to one of the following AC check. Wait, a shaman's choice. So I can give them -2 to attacking. I don't know, man. I don't know how to play shaman. I'm gonna be honest. This is really difficult for me to like choose, and it wants me to give her a point blank shot, but like I don't have her using a bow that often. I want her to go in and smack people. Shoot, brother. I don't even know what she's proficient in. What is your? She's trickery, mobility, and oh, that's it. She's just honestly, she's kind of cheeks. I'm not gonna lie. I know you can build her into one of the better tanks, but like I have no idea how to do that. So guys, I'm gonna choose rapier because I don't know what else to do. Okay, we're going outside.
Wait for me there, I wonder.
We'll talk to Woljif and exhaust his dialogue. Oh, just a giant golden statue. Commander, look what we've got here. Are you too mad? Whatever possessed you to steal the gem golem from the Tower of Estrod's museum? Explain yourself. We didn't steal nothing, Commander. We saw some looters dragging it down the street and captured it. Now this shiny fellow is our trophy by right. That shiny fellow belongs to the treasury. The inlay alone is worth more than a castle, and I don't understand how someone like you got it. Joran, see to it that no one lays a single finger on this golem or plucks out a single gemstone. And the two of you, I can't read that. She's way too fast. Well, obviously we gotta try to get something from it, right, guys? So, you know, yeah, we have to try to loot it. Okay, we're gonna save the game. The magnificent and glittering golem, encrusted with gems and covered in intricate flowery embrosings, triumphantly exclaims, "Happy to be of service. May Shaylin brighten and vivify your day." What are you? I am a Prestidigitator golem. Many millennia ago, I was built by Aslanti clerics of Shaylin, the goddess of beauty, to make the world a better place. In my joyful service, I have visited many lands, and for the past few centuries, I have resided at the Temple of the Sunrise Chrysanthemum in Tianjia. But then the good clerics saw fit to offer me as a gift to Mendivian Crusaders so that I could share the beauty that I create. Can you do anything useful? My creators granted me the ability to place illusions on various items. I can change their colors and textures to make them more beautiful and appealing to the eye. Would you like me to cast an illusion on your armor to make it green? Green is a very pleasant color, and it would match your eyes. How did you end up here? I was in the Tower of Estrod's museum, but then some not so beautiful people came in and started smashing everything. I asked them to show restraint, and that's when they decided to steal me. After all, I am beautiful and very valuable. They dragged me down the street, but I didn't want to go with them, so I kept stomping. The least beautiful of my kidnappers threw me over his shoulder and tried to run away with me, but I'm very heavy, so his back made a very not so beautiful crunching sound. He started yelling, and then everyone else started yelling, and then there was some yelling directed at me, and then they all started hitting me with their various not so beautiful weapons. And then the good crusaders drove me away and brought me here. This statue's like 12 feet tall, brother. Who among them is just like, oop? Yeah. And now I've been lumbered with you. Waste of good metal you are. Instead of working, I'm supposed to keep an eye on you so that no one is tempted to buy the walking treasure trove. What can you do to help the war effort? I was not designed for any type of combat, yet I can bring beauty and harmony to any type of combat. Happy to be of service. We have no use for that right now. This is Staunton Vane's brother. A grizzled dwarf turns a blade in a calloused hands, carefully inspecting its edge. When he sees you approach, he sets the blade aside and greets you with a nod. A new face in the city. You picked a good time to come to Canobras. As you can see, we're in sore need of warriors. Do you know everybody in Canobras by sight? Well, not everybody, but I make it my business to know people who might need my services. A blacksmith work isn't just the anvil, you know. Are you Staunton Vane's brother? Yeah, here it goes. I go. That's how it's always been done, even before the world wound. I forge the armor, he goes into battle and breaks it, then he brings it back to me and I repair it and make it better than before. Everything's changed since then, of course, but that part stayed the same. How was Staunton's blame for the fall of the Dresden? I've told the story many times already, but telling it one more time won't kill me. The blacksmith sides. Dresden was built after the First Crusade. Back then it seemed like victory was ours for the taking. And then the demon invasion would soon be at an end. The population of Old course was thoroughly diminished, and many of them had hoped to see their hard fight repaid with a small plot of unclaimed land. Dresden was a fortress built on all our hopes, and on Mendev's ambition, though you're not supposed to say that out loud. What a city it was, Trumwellin, you can't even imagine. It was built by the finest engineers from the Five Kings Mountains. Queen Galfrey spared no expense. Dresden was meant to be the capital of the Crusades movement, a monument to its glory and a beacon of hope for all of Galarian. Heroes were drawn there to seek fame and glory, and they came from all over. Kaldor, Garund, Tianjia, I couldn't list them all. A relic known as the Sword of Valor was kept there. The banner that had been carried into battle by Omade herself, back when she was still human. The banner protected the city and kept the demons from teleporting inside its walls. As long as the banner was in its place, Dresden was invincible, or so we thought. But then the world wound suddenly expanded, the demons launched a new onslaught, and folks started saying it was time to declare a second crusade. Dresden was unassailable until one young officer was tempted by a beautiful woman. She convinced him the banner shouldn't be hanging in the city, and that its rightful place was on the battlefield. She whispered honeyed words about glory and valor and convinced him that he could be a hero as great as Iomade herself. And the poor fool believed her. He rounded up some of his hot-headed friends and carried the banner outside the city gates into on an unauthorized foray. The demons slaughtered them within seconds, but for some reason the courageous ringleader was spared. A whole army teleported inside of Dresden. It was a bloodbath. As you can guess, the officer was called Staunton Vane, and the woman turned out to be a demon. Not just any demon. It was Monago, that foul wench. She's given a lot of grief here in Canobras too. Just don't ask me what I was doing while my brother was off having a tryst with the beast, and why I didn't save him from his own stupidity. The blacksmith gestures as if to ward off inevitable reprobation. Who could have guessed it would end like this? I failed my brother, that's the truth. I blame myself every day. Looking at his plight, that's the story. Why do you have to forge here in the tavern yard? Wherever I am, that's where my forge is. A true master of craft will always find the tools they need. I miss my old forge, of course. It's now just a pile of charred stone and metal. But I still got my hands, and that means I can work. Zero Radiance to Joron. Do you recognize the sword? Do I recognize it? Of course I do. I made this with my own hands. That's my brand, you see. The dwarf carefully takes his sword in his hands, glazing along it like a doting father. Oh, Yanael, things have been tough without you, but at least we still got your sword. That's something. Druid returns the sword to you. In battle, ordinary swords get blunted, they break, but sometimes a weapon can preserve. I don't even know how to explain it. I have no authority on these things, but something like that, an echo of deeds done with a weapon, or more like the reflection of the wielder's soul. I don't know. I will say one thing. Take care of that sword. Yanael may no longer be with us, but that demons will still remember why they need to turn tail and run when they see Radiance. Oh, the scabbard's warned. We can't have a fine sword like that being carried around this tatty thing. I'll make you a new one if you like. If the city stands strong and we both survive, come see me again, and I'll have it ready, no charge. Show me your ways. Okay, so there's some basic weapons, some enchanting stuff, some things I just can't afford. Just a lot of things I can't afford. just so many things. That's pretty good. Yeah, man, this is all just so expensive. And there's a bunch of masterwork items. Oh my god, he's got literally everything. Devastation from above. Okay. So I think we're good talking. I think we finally exhausted all the dialogue. I think the only people out here are Crusaders. I think we might be good to leave, guys. We might be free. This place has been sanctified to prepare around it for corruption. Okay. Before we leave, I need to take some time. We're gonna go see if this priest can clear off the negative level. Because that would be fantastic. I could use the help of a cleric. Okay, he cannot help me. Yeah, that makes sense. We need to go to this guy. Show what scrolls you're selling. Okay, we need... It's not a disease. Is it restoration? It is restoration. It's so expensive. It's so much money, man. But she's a level 3 spirit hunter, and she should have some stuff now. Wait. Oh, I guess she has nothing, man. I'll be honest. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about her. What I do feel like is I should recruit. How much does it cost to recruit a cleric? I need a brave and 4,500 gold, guys. That's way too expensive. That's so much money. Oh god. Guys, we're not recruiting cleric anytime soon. You know, it is time though. It's time to end the episode. Next episode, we set out. Hopefully do some good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And hopefully we'll be killing things.